So, Superman. Hi, I'm Puffin. I am and I have been a massive DC fan for ages. In fact, I literally met my partner of now 3 years solely because both of us were cosplaying from DC over on TikTok. And like many others, I was incredibly hyped about the new Superman movie. So hyped, in fact, that I made a custom outfit to go see it. So let's watch how I did that and also talk about Superman. First of all, though, this is a spoiler-free video. There will be a tiny bit where I'll be talking about engineers specifically, and that part will be appropriately tagged, so I'll put a timestamp to skip to if you want to avoid spoilers. The film literally just got out. Many people have not had the chance to see it yet, so let's be kind and respectful of fandom etiquette. Let's also keep the comment section spoiler-free. No spoiling big plot points. We want to be kind to our fellow nerds. Okay? Okay, great. I was literally grinning and laughing from almost the first moment of the movie. I was so entertained. I went through like so many emotions. My friends who were brave enough to go to this movie with me can attest to this. Like, I was bouncing in my seat. I was shaking my best friend's arm every single time there was a reference or something that excited me. I was aggressively like pointing middle fingers at Lex Luthor on the screen. I almost cried at some point. I truly went through all the emotions possible. I think I might owe an apology to my fellow theater goers. I'm not the best person to go to see a movie with. I'm really hype. My friends are very brave people. I feel like this movie had a really good grasp on the characters, especially the Kents. I really liked seeing a realistic Midwestern ma and pa. I loved seeing the peak, awkward golden retriever farm boy Clark who refuses to cuss. It was amazing, especially after the very stoic portrayal in the Snyderverse, to see Clark be awkward and soft and goofy. Like, that is Clark Kent from the comics. Guys, I'm so very tired of injustice. You have no idea. I really loved how fleshed out the Daily Planet crew were. Like, even the very much minor characters for this movie, like Perry and Kat, and a random background guy who calls his cat sitter when disaster is about to strike. Like, they were each their own characters, not just background set dressing to Superman's story. Especially Lois. My god, I missed seeing a Lois who is more than just being Clark Kent's wife and John Kent's mother. Like, oh my god, I missed seeing the badass Pulitzer Prize winning journalist Lois Lane, and that is who we got. The Justice Gang, so Guy Gardner, Green Lantern, Hawkwoman, and Mr. Terrific were all fantastic. I will admit, I hadn't read anything containing Mr. Terrific before. That was the one character in this movie I knew nothing about at all. And right after getting home from the cinema, I ordered a bunch of the comics that feature him because low-key, he was one of my favorite parts of the movie. Actually, not low-key, he just was. He was, without wanting to make a silly pun, terrific. He was absolutely amazing. And by the way, absolutely love seeing Eddie Gathegi kill it in a superhero movie. Because, my god, I am still so furious about how dirty they did his take on Darwin back in X-Men First Class. Hell yeah for seeing him actually be the badass that he should have been years ago. Hell fucking yeah. Lex Luthor in this movie is despicable, and I mean this in the absolute best way. He is absolutely the type of person who will manipulate his way into getting what he wants. I can absolutely see him enslaving genomes in other species to do his dirty work, like we saw in the Young Justice cartoon. Like, that's totally believable for this version of Lex. I 100% believe that this Lex could make a clone baby with his own DNA and Superman's DNA out of spite. I mean, we literally saw in the trailers that he's not above harming and kidnapping a dog. Like, he is so evil. Like, oh, I hate him. I hate him so much. Holy shit. I hate him so much. And mad props to the way he's written, and absolute mad props to Nicholas Hoult for playing him like that, because generally Nicholas Hoult's super charismatic guy, but my god, I wanted to rip Lex's head off. That's how you know someone played a villain role really fucking well. Holy shit. Speaking of dogs, Crypto, the bestest of best boys, also the worst dog ever. We love the duality of Pup. We love him. He was easily one of the best bits of the film. I think nobody's surprised about that. I was so excited to see that little rascal. I mean, I literally painted him on the Superman pants I made. I think that was, other than the paw print, the first thing I painted on there. So, we love Crypto in this house. And Engineer. I have to talk about Engineer. Now, the comics that got me into superhero comics as a genre were The Authority. And I need y'all to know the Authority fandom could fit into a small boat. Right? We are tiny. We've not seen any Authority character in years, unless you count the once per year appearance in the annual Pride anthology of a completely out of character Midnighter and Apollo, because DC remembers every June that, oh yeah, right, we have gay people. Or the really, really, really shitty Tom King, Jenny Sparks series they've got on currently. Point is, I think seeing any Authority character on screen is something none of the Authority fans ever expected in this lifetime. So that was super exciting. Okay, now, very brief spoiler warning. If you want to avoid it, please skip to the time code on the screen. Or for those of us who are listening to the video, it's 8 minutes and 38 seconds. So Engineer's origin story was changed for this film. And I'm not happy about it. In the comics, she turned herself into a meta with nanite technology. Like, it was a very conscious choice that she made. And also, she's like a doctor, she's a scientist and not special ops. And the way the movie changed it takes away that autonomy from her, which... yeah, I'm just not for that. I'm not for taking away all autonomy from especially a female character. I also feel like she was mostly in this film to set up future Authority appearances, which obviously I'm not opposed to that. I'd probably sell a kidney to see those comics adapted. They're my favorites. I just do hope that they manage to give her some of that autonomy back in future appearances, because, yeah, taking away something so huge from that character just didn't sit right with me. Didn't love that. Okay, spoiler zone is gone. No more spoilers. This movie, I think it's great. It is the exact vibe a comic movie should be, which is to say a bit goofy and super bright and colorful, and with a message of hope and love, because that is what Superman stands for. He's an alien who found refuge on Earth, like a Moses story, and he fights for what's right no matter worldly authorities and governments. He is the embodiment of hopefulness, kindness, and standing up for those who cannot fight for themselves. And this movie absolutely does that justice. No pun intended. I really like this movie, if you couldn't already tell. I like what it's set up. I really like the music choices. I like the editing. And I'm just really excited to see what else Gunn can do with DC. However, I really truly hope that he will not only get his comic advice from Tom King. Tom King is not the be-all end-all of comics. And as we saw with his take on Jenny, he just shouldn't be an authority for every single character ever. So yeah, that's the one thing. I hope Gunn will get advice from more DC writers than just Tom King. I think that's it. I think that's all I can say without slipping off into some seriously heavy spoilers and theorizing, and that's not what this video is about. I do that on Tumblr. But genuinely, if you haven't yet and you're even remotely interested in comics or superheroes, go see Superman. It's kind of the perfect movie for the current global political climate. It filled me with so much hope and strength for the future, which, by God, is not easy these days. Hope is punk rock. Being kind and hopeful is the true punk rock. Superman is punk rock.